Act 2 of The Drowsy Chaperone begins with this. A haunting lament from a very depressed bride. She sings it bathed in the pale blue light of a sympathetic moon, which is ridiculous because it's the middle of the day. Now, while you're listening to this, try to ignore the lyrics. I know it'll be difficult, but block them out, they're not the best. But the tune is beautiful, and it truly communicates the bride's state of mind. Just ignore the lyrics. I put a monkey on a pedestal and tried to make that monkey stay. And he did for a time, but he needed to climb and with other monkeys play far away. He left his jacket on that pedestal beside his tiny rusty cup, and I haven't got the strength to pick them up. Oh monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two, but I'll always save that pedestal. I'm just gonna go pour myself a brandy. Come, my little monkey. Come, my little monkey. The melody is so simple. It just floats in the air. And I must confess, I always get a little bit misty when I think of that tiny jacket lying on the pedestal, its long sleeves dangling on the floor. Oh, monkey, 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 you broke my heart in two, but I'll always save that pedestal for you. Come, my little monkey, come, my little monkey, do. Okay, here we go. Wait, who are you? I'm Janet Vandergraft. Do you need anyone? I don't need anyone. What about the love of one man? What do I care about the love of one man when I am adored by millions? Do I need to be so gloomy? No, no, no! I could rule the world if so I chose. Sigmund Freud's flowers to me every show. Gertrude Stein handed me a rose. Now she really lets go. I'm Janet Vandergraft. Ain't no nail that I can't hammer. Why give up a life of glamour? Life of glamour, life of glamour. No! Monkey, monkey, I love this part. Monkey, monkey, she's having a complete mental breakdown. Monkey, 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 I'm an accident waiting to my end. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to spread mirth no more. Be the greatest on earth no more. I don't wanna. I don't, I do. I don't wanna show. And I can sure, Janet, future is secure. Janet millions will do just fine. But any future I could ever care to share, just one two-time cat who drives me. Is love ever enough? That's the story of a monkey gone astray. I asked monkey, monkey, just love, monkey, monkey, It has everything. A little Busby Berkeley, a little Jane Goodall. And that's another thing I love about musicals in general. When a character's in crisis, they sing and they dance, which is so much more interesting than just whining about it. But that's the glory of musical theater. Oh, you see? This is what I'm talking about. This is life. You manage to be happy for 5 seconds and then something starts ringing. What a beautiful day for a wedding.
Shall I have the pews removed now, or would you prefer I wait until morning?
Okay, I'm going to stop here because I don't want this number ruined by another ringing telephone. Here we have 2 vaudeville performers who have slipped through the cracks of time. They are Noel Fitzpatrick and Ukulele Lil. I don't know anything about them. I suppose Ukulele Lil plays the ukulele, although she doesn't in this show. Actually, I tried to find out more about them. I went through all my books, I even tried the internet, but all my searches ended with Tiny Tim's autopsy photographs. Anyway, they're both charming. Why would you have the pews removed?
The bride has called off the wedding, madam.
Oh, underling, never listen to a bride on her wedding day. Love is a very complex emotion, underling.
Yes, madam.
You can be very close to someone one minute, and the next, why, you just want to strangle them. Do you understand?
I'm familiar with the urge to strangle. Yes.
You see, that's just the nature of love. Love makes lovers worry, love makes lovers fret. But here's a fact on which we can depend. Just like long ago when Romeo loved Juliet, love is always lovely in the end.
But Romeo and Juliet was a tragedy, madam.
Oh, I never read reviews. Love can start a quarrel, love can cause a din, but love has always been a trusty friend. 'Twas a happy fate for Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn. Love is always lovely in the end.
Might I remind you, madam, that Anne Boleyn lost her head?
Yes, she was in love. Love was good to Eve and Adam, and Samson and Delilah too.
May I pose a question, madam?
Yes, of course.
Why does nothing I say to you ever get through?
Don't mind if I do.
Love is always lovely in the end. Oh, I found that quite taxing. Excuse me, madam, while I fix myself a glass of ice water.
Love sneaks up behind you, love drops from above, but love would never consciously offend. Love has certainly been kind to me and my true love. Love is always lovely in the end.
But your late husband was a brute.
I don't mean him, you silly coot. Love is always lovely.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. Love is always lovely in the end. Love is always lovely in the end.
Yes, that was charming. But to be frank, on some level, that number pisses me off. Now, I'm gonna say something here, and yes, I have been drinking, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that love is not always loverly in the end. Often, in the end, there are lawyers. I mean, is it just me? I guess what I'm saying here is that number is naive. and irresponsibly so. I'm sorry, I just thought that needed to be said for the benefit of the young people. I won't interrupt anymore. Oh, there's a moment coming up that I've become obsessed with.
There you are. Oh, chaperone, I'm in a terrible state.
You certainly are. You can't go to the wedding looking like that.
Oh, you poor dear. You haven't heard. The wedding's been called off.
Oh, no. Not your wedding. Mine. Oh, that reminds me. Might I borrow your veil?
You're getting married, but to whom?
La 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 la. Ah, beautiful lady with baffled expression.
You're marrying Aldolfo?
Yes, I know it's surprising, but when I look in his eyes, his big monkey eyes, I get all drowsy, and that's love, isn't it?
Yes, dear, that is love. Help me!
There you are. All right, I'm going to put my cards on the table. I got a weak heart. I can't take all this pressure. If this goes on any longer, the old ticker just gonna give out. So please tell me, is there going to be a wedding or not?
Yes.
Thank the good Lord in heaven.
Aldolfo and the chaperone are getting married.
What?
There you are. I have wonderful news. There's going to be a wedding.
We know.
You know?
Yes, we just heard.
But who told you? I did. But how did you know?
What difference does it make?
Mrs. Tondell and I are to be married in the garden at 7:30 this evening.
What?
What? Oh, yes. Congratulations to everyone.
Say, what kind of cockamamie wedding is this? Everyone seems to be getting married except the bride and groom.
Oh, there you are, Janet. I've been looking everywhere for you.
Hello, Mr. Martin.
Oh, please don't be that way. Why can't you find it in your heart to marry me? Janet, it's our wedding day. George has gone through all the trouble, and, well, I do love you. More than I can say.
But you kissed another woman.
Yes. And I just can't understand it. When I was kissing that French girl, why, it was just like kissing you.
Oh, Robert, you were kissing me.
What? You mean you're Mimi? Oh, well, that French accent was remarkably accurate.
Well, thank you. I developed it when I played the role of Monique in Hold That Baguette.
There you are. Before you do anything, think about this. No matter how well you play the role of the perfect wife, you'll never, ever get a standing ovation.
Oh, I just don't know. Chaperone, please, I beg you, just this one time, give me advice that is coherent and appropriate to the situation. Should I marry Robert?
And here it comes, the moment I was talking about. Not only the culmination of the plot, but a moment that has fascinated me more than any other, and that has brought me back to this record again and again. Here it comes.
Well, my advice to you is,
And this is it, listen.
while you can.
You see, you can't quite make out what she says because someone drops a cane. I'll play it for you again.
While you can.
Is she saying live while you can, or leave while you can?
While you can.
I mean, it's Beatrice Stockwell, so it might just be a cynical quip. But this is a wedding after all, and that's exactly what you're thinking when you're standing at the altar, isn't it? Live or leave. And you have to live, because you do love him in some way. It's not an exact science. An arrow doesn't come shooting out of the sky and point to the one you're supposed to be with. So one day you say it to him. You say, I love you. And you basically phrase it as a question, but they accept it as fact. And then suddenly, there you are, standing in front of him in a $3,000 dress with tears in his eyes, and his nephew made the huppa, and so what do? Do you say I was kidding? I was joking? No, you can't. You live, right? You choose to live. And for a couple of months, you stare at the alien form in the bed beside you and you think to yourself, who are you? Who are you? And then one day you say it out loud, and it's a trial separation and couples counseling, and all your conversations are about your eating disorder and his Zoloft addiction, and you're constantly redefining and reevaluating and revisiting before you finally lose the deposit on the house, and the whole relationship ends on a particularly ugly note, with your only copy of Gypsy spinning through the air and smashing against the living room wall. But still, in a larger sense, in a broader sense, it's better to have lived than left, right?
Well, you can.
You have no idea how many times I've listened to that.
Oh, chaperone, you certainly have a way with words. Robert? My answer is yes, I will marry you.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Well, Mr. Feltzig, looks like the wedding's a done deal. Now you're in a truffle. And there's nothing you can do about it.
But there is. I found a replacement. A new leading lady. Presenting Kitty the Incredible. Okay, Kitty. Now concentrate and show the boys how you can read my mind. My mind.
Kitty, will you marry me? Holy cats, Mr. Feltzig! Yes, yes!
Isn't she amazing?
Well, what are you ladies waiting for? Go put on your frillies. We'll all get married in one big clump. I hear that's how they do it down in Utah.
Well, George, I don't know how you managed to pull it off. 4 weddings in one day. I guess you're everybody's best man now.
I am?
Yeah.
I am! Hip hip!
Hooray!
He's George, that's George, the best man George. I'm honored to be doing what a best man ought. He's basking in the glory of a fight well fought. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding time. Wedding bells will celebrate a happy wedding. Minister, you may begin. Oh no, I forgot the minister! Who the hell are you?
I'm Trix, the aviatrix, queen of the sky. To Rio I was wending when my engine needed mending. I'll fix my navigatrix, and then I'll fly and let you lovebirds tie the knot. So sorry to crash the party, folks, but we'll have this fixed in 2 shakes, and then it's off to Rio for the carnival.
Wait, the captain of our ship can perform a marriage.
Yes! And a pilot is comparable to a captain.
Yes! And an airplane is a type of a jeep. A jeep was the air. Some call it an air jeep. Oh, shit! Yes! Wait, I got it! Tricks! You can marry them on the plane, and then we'll all have the honeymoon in Rio! Hooray!
A bride and groom in a chapel may bring a tear to the eye, but what a thrill when lovebirds trill! I do in the sky, with vows of setting of these daffodils. But heartbeats rush when sweethearts gush. I do in the sky. Do you?
We do.
Do you?
We do.
happens occasionally. It's a horrible old apartment with terrible wiring. Just concentrate. Just keep the show alive in your minds. Don't talk to anyone. Don't let yourself be distracted. I'll find the fuse box. Everybody be quiet.
It's the super.
Oh, God.
Hi.
Hello?
So your lights are out.
Yes.
So we have to shut the power off because we had to replace the breaker panel in the basement.
Yes.
So we did, but when we turned the power back on, the breakers in all the apartments tripped. You
Yes.
see, that's all that happened. It's normal.
Yes.
So we're gonna have to reset your breaker.
Now?
It'll be just a second.
All right, all right, all right.
You see, I tried calling you earlier, but there was no answer.
Oh, I've been having a problem with the phone.
Here we go. What was that?
It was a record.
But what kind of music was that?
It was just music. It was a show. You know, a musical?
You like musicals?
No.
You know, I love musicals. It's amazing what they can do nowadays. You know, have you seen Miss Saigon? They landed a helicopter on stage in that one. You know, I've seen them all. Cats, Les Mis, Saturday Night
Really?
Fever. I like the
Well,
movie
goodbye.
better.
Well, that's it. It's ruined. One note away from the end of the show, and the mood is broken. I should just start the record again from the beginning. No. I can't do that, can I? Oh, it's so frustrating. You have to understand. I love this show so much. And I've never even seen it. My mother gave me the record. This was just before my father left us. Oh, he didn't leave because of the record. Although I'm sure that didn't help matters. Look, I know it's not a perfect show. The spit take scene is lame, and the monkey motif is labored, but none of that matters. It does what a musical is supposed to do. It takes you to another world, and it gives you a little tune to carry with you in your head, you know? A little something to help you escape the dreary horrors of the real world. A little something for when you're feeling blue, you know? As we stumble along on life's funny journey, as we stumble along into the blue, we look here and we look there, seeking answers anywhere, never sure of where to turn or what to
I'm an accident waiting to happen.
Still we bumble our way. I don't wanna sing to life's crazy
Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime.
To lead a surprise.